Alright, let us proceed with this Cartoon Network rant. Oh my goodness, not this show. Are you serious, man? The Garfield show? Okay, this show sucks. The end. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. You know I wouldn't say something sucks without giving rational reasoning behind it first. Alright, so I really do hate that the Garfield show doesn't have the same concepts as the Garfield comics. Garfield was originally supposed to be this orange fat cat that is extremely lazy, sits home, and does absolutely nothing. Nothing except messing around with Odie, having a crush on this one cat, I forget her name. Alright. And basically just having like random conversations with John. However, in the Garfield show, Garfield just basically goes out and always has like these random adventures out in the city. You know, he's always hanging around in a little French pizza store, always getting himself into trouble, and pretty much normal isn't supposed to appear this much in a cartoon, especially in a Garfield cartoon. I mean, the little guy appears in this cartoon more than Odie does himself, and he's supposed to be the secondary character here. And then the thing with Nerval is, why is it that when he's in CGI that he looks so much like a female cat, whereas in the comics he actually looks like a guy? Another thing I'd like to discuss is the humor in this show. And once again, well, this show doesn't try too hard to be funny. It's just, the humor just so dull and boring that, you know, it's almost as unattractive, really. Like, I know that it's in CGI animation, but come on, folks. You guys have to do better than this. If the CGI version of the Roadrunner cartoons for the Looney Tunes show can pull off a couple of slapstick kinda like humor, then why can't the Garfield show do the same thing as classic of a cartoon that Garfield is? So yeah, I think that the Garfield show really is a disgrace to the Garfield name. I don't even know why such a show even exists. It really is that bad, folks, and this is coming from me. Coming up next, it's the Looney Tunes show on Cartoon Network. Well, this certainly isn't one of the better Looney Tunes that we've seen over the years. Now, I'm not just going to sit here and complain about all of the obvious changes that has been made to this show, because, be quite honest, that's pretty much overdone now, and has been explained in every possible detail. So, I'm just gonna give my own input on the show. The Looney Tunes show really is an okay show. You know, it's not too bad, but at the same time, it's not too good. Now, we all know how Looney Tunes is supposed to have adult humor that's considered to be family friendly. Well, in the Looney Tunes show, it has adult humor and is only, seems like it's only made for adults. Now, even though the classic Looney Tunes have used adult humor, it was used in the sense of subliminal messages, whereas in the Looney Tunes show, it actually seems like they want you to know, you know, like what they're talking about at all given times. You know, regardless if, you know, let's say for instance like a gay joke is made or some kind of sexual joke. You know, it's not being used as a subliminal messages. And I think the reason why is because maybe the show's television rating, you know, it's rated TV PG, where, you know, the original Looney Tune was rated TVG. So maybe that could be it, but it's just my theory. Now, I will admit this. Adult humor is not equal funny humor. Okay? Seems as though every minute this show just tries to do something to make the audience laugh. And it doesn't really work that way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cartoons these days just try so hard to get a cheap laugh, and it really is ridiculous. I know that it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but that's how majority of these cartoons are these days. They try to get a cheap laugh, and it just doesn't work like that. If you're going to set up a joke, you got to know when's the perfect time to do something funny. You got to know when to set up the joke, the perfect timing, and then to actually take on the joke. And that's what making a cartoon is all about, especially the funny aspect of the cartoon. The only thing I'll give the Looney Tunes show credit for is the CGI version of the Road-Running cartoons. It actually sticks to the classic aspect of how the Road-Running cartoons are supposed to be, and actually doing a pretty decent job in mixing CGI with slapstick, because we all know that CGI and slapstick doesn't go well together. Well, depends on what you're talking about here, but it does pretty well for comedy sketches. So yeah, like I said, Looney Tunes show certainly isn't one of the best Looney Tunes cartoons that we've seen over the years, but I think that it's pretty good to expose a classic cartoon like the Looney Tunes to a new generation. I just wish that it could be the same as his CGI Roadrunner cartoons, and at least leave some classic aspects of the Looney Tunes, to actually make a person feel like they're watching a Looney Tunes cartoon. Okay, the next show is The Amazing World of Gumball. What fun this shall be. The only thing I can give this show credit for is the mixtures that it has. By mixtures, I mean mixing up cartoons with realistic backgrounds and having a bit of surrealism to go along with the show. But I think that's all I'll give The Amazing World of Gumball credit for. This show is like Johnny Test, but at the same time has the same humor as Chowder did. It's like Johnny Test in the family sense, and it's like Chowder because it has the same gross and vulgar humor that Chowder had. Not to mention the same amount of stupidity as well. Well, it looks like I pointed out yet another TV show that is unoriginal. And must I really go through the comparison here between these two characters? Do I really need to? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not even going to waste my time. Oh, and by the way, the plots are also very unoriginal as well. If you watch just one episode of The Amazing World of Gumball, I guarantee you that you're going to be thinking, well, haven't I already seen something like this before? So the bottom line is, The Amazing World of Gumball just doesn't interest me, not all that much. If you like this show, well, good for you. Moving along, we have The Annoying Orange Show. Oh my goodness, man. Who in the hell came up with this? Like, seriously, who thought of to actually put this show on Cartoon Network? You know what this proves? Some people just spend a little bit too much time on the internet. It really is sad anytime when a producer starts thinking that an internet show is gonna help their ratings, when it really isn't. I mean, people on YouTube didn't even like The Annoying Orange on the internet. So what makes Cartoon Network think that this is gonna make things any more better? I've seen a few episodes of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not impressed with this show. at all. This show has got to be the epitome of stupidity. Alright, this series got to be one of the worst shows to come across Cartoon Network since The Problem Solvers and Secret Mountain for Awesome. I mean, it really is that bad of a show. Why would anyone think of putting the annoying orange on television? I mean, it's already bad enough as an internet show, so what was the point of that? So the annoying orange show is pretty much a predecessor towards the annoying orange on YouTube, and it's kind of like the same thing, but at the same time it's a little bit more animated. It still has all of those ugly looking faces on the fruits, all of those ugly looking characters, and still has the same stupid jokes. Now if you guys really want an example, watch the annoying orange on YouTube and then watch the annoying orange on Cartoon Network, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. Before I move on to the next show, I got a question. Why in the world do producers think that stupidity equals ratings? Sure, stupidity equals ratings on the internet, but on television you have to make a little bit more sense. So in conclusion to this show, those are my thoughts on the annoying orange show. It sucks, it's pointless, and I don't really know what else to say about this show. So moving along, it's Almost Naked Animals. Oh my goodness. Thank God that this will be the last show that I'll be addressing in this video. Alright folks, I'm not going to go in depth with this show. As a matter of fact, I won't even talk about this show too much because I only seen about half of an episode. You know, it really is that bad, folks. And I don't really think that it's my place to judge a show when I've barely seen it. But, you know, it just seems so retarded and unoriginal, you know, and it's almost like watching a mixture of Stolt and My Gym Partner's a Monkey. And that's just from watching a half of an episode. I just don't understand why creativity is starting to die down in Canadian cartoons now. Well, this rant is not done yet, folks. Be on the lookout for part 3.